Okay, we're back now for part 2 of how to post a rail. We've already set up our first post, edit that, and begin with our first game. So you click on full edit. I've read for this tournament already. It's 10 cent, 360 man, and what we need to do is copy the tournament ID number and the relevant details into the rail thread. So you simply go back to rail. Took the liberty of doing it already. So we have the tournament ID number. That is so that your staker can come to the table and watch you play if needs be. The fact that it's a 10 cent 360 man, and these parts will become relevant later on. That basically will be where you put your finishing position in relation to the other 360, and if you cash, your winnings will go there. So we're registered for our first tournament, so we now edit our running bankroll to reflect that we've spent 10 cents. So our running bankroll is now 40, and as luck would have it, it starts. And again, that is your first post. Nothing else needs doing to that at this time. So you click update, and that's it. That's your first post up to date and ready to go. So we'll jump straight into how to post your first hand. This is really easy. You copy and paste all the details of the tournament like so, and go down and paste that back into the first box. And because it's our first hand, underneath the tournament details we put first hand. I'm just going to preview it so we can get it onto the main screen. Okay, now I normally scroll over these and put those in bold. It just helps to define the different first hands and swing hands and bust hands. Now, to post your hand, especially in poker stars, it is so easy. A lot of people use poker hand org or hand converters when there's really no need. I'm going to fold that in this picture position. If you look at the top on your stars table, you can see here the game number. It's not actually the game number, it's the hand that you're playing from the random hand generator, and that's basically telling you the number generated that's associated with this hand. So we'll just pause this for a second and let this hand play out, and I'll get back to you in a second and show you what to do next. Okay, we're back. It looks like this hand's about to finish. I really think my 3-6 was good there, but this is now where you'll be able to post your first hand on the forum. Okay, if you watch this top corner, that's the hand that we're playing now, and once the cards are finished, that number has moved here and is now your previous hand, and the next hand is played out up the top. I'm just going to sit out now for a second. Right, if you click on the previous hand, a pop-up will appear. That is your PokerStars hand history. The next hand that's played will appear in here, and this is basically where all your hands from hands that you're playing to previous hands, they will all be here. So you make sure that the hand is selected. With it being the first hand, it will be, that's easy, and you simply copy and paste the contents of this box. Now when you get to here, you do have to scroll down, so make sure that this bar here on the left hand side is fully scrolled, and copy that. We can close that for a minute and go back to your rail thread and simply paste that into your second post. Hit reply and that is a perfect start. Very nicely rail. And the principle from here on in is exactly the same throughout. Your last hand will obviously be the hand that you bust on, or you go out of the tournament. Again, as soon as the hand finishes, that number will change. I mean, some people sometimes leave this box open, and all I do, because it gives you an instant reflection. Once you get your hands up there, you can see what cards you've had. But once you've busted, you simply select the hand that you went out on. If you're not in on the table anymore, hands that are played after that will have a blank space here, because you don't have any hole cards, because you're not sat any longer. And it's, again, you just simply copy the contents like so, close the box. Because it's your bust hand, instead of typing first hand in at the beginning, you replace that with bust hand. Again, I'm going to preview it just so that I can turn it bold. And your bust hand. Now again, I'm not really bust on this tournament for the sake of this. That's just an example of how to do it. So now you're at a tournament, you would go back to the main lobby, scroll down to find what position you finished. We're going to go with, which name shall we pick? We'll go with Dad Panther. He finished 313th. So you go back to your first post, where all your details are, edit again, and in the main bar, 313th, we've not cached, so mark that as 0. And that is how you boost your first and last hand for a normal tournament.